Good evening. Welcome. I'm Gary West, the Director of Fine Arts K-12 for the White Plains City School District. I'm very honored and happy to welcome you to our third winter concert. So this is always one of my favorite concerts of the year because it's the first concert for most of the kids you're going to see tonight at the high school. So for those of you who have been at a concert at the high school before, you might notice that our stage looks a little bit different. For those of you who have not been at a high school concert before, you came on the right night because these acoustical shells that you see on the stage, so the shells are the ones that go around, that look like walls, and the ones above the groups are called the clouds, so acoustical clouds and acoustical shells. These are brand new. We've never used them before until this year, and we've been trying to get acoustical paneling for this stage for at least 15 years. So we finally got this, and I'm so excited about it, and I understand that for most of these kids, they don't even know the difference because they haven't been here. But for those of you who have familiarity with the stage, above these acoustical clouds is a ceiling that goes up about, I don't know, 50 feet. And so when students would perform on stage, all their sound would just go right up into the ceiling. So most of what they were doing, the audience couldn't even hear. And even though our concerts have always sounded great for their teachers and for someone like me who hears them in the classroom rehearsing every day, it didn't sound the same. It didn't sound as good as they actually do sound. So it was very frustrating for us that you weren't going to hear all the work that they've, the product of all the work that they've been doing all through the whole semester. So we're really excited to kind of, what's it called? Inaugurate, I don't know, okay, is that a word? Inaugurate these acoustical shells, and you really came to the right concert because for our first two winter concerts, the lights didn't work in the ceiling. So this is the very first concert. We still had lights, so it was okay, but it wasn't as good as it is now. So this is our first concert with these lights working and all of our shells up and all of our acoustical paneling, and we're so excited. And I just want to publicly thank our Board of Education and our superintendent and the whole superintendent cabinet for supporting that because it did cost a lot of money. So let's applaud for that. So this evening you're going to hear three groups. Like I said, they're mostly made up of freshmen, so we're super excited to kind of showcase our freshmen for the first concert at the high school, and hopefully they will all continue and be at many concerts from now until for the next 4 years. So you have a program with all of the pieces that you're going to hear tonight. So we do video record and audio record our concerts, so please make sure that your cell phones are silenced if you have them. If you need to exit for any reason, please do so between pieces, and be careful of the doors in the back because they can be very noisy. So, I've talked a lot. Sorry, I gave you a lot of information. I am thrilled to welcome to the stage our Tiger Band and their director, Miss Catherine Davis.
the Tiger Bands portion of the concert this evening. We spent the first half of the year exploring music from different places in the world and in different styles. We've got some music from Ireland, we've got some Latin American music, some South Pacific music, and some American music, a march, and also a little bit of jazz. So we hope you enjoy that. Hope you enjoyed our incredibly talented percussion section, as well as the fun little tuba flute duet, which never ever happens. We never get those little fun things. The band has really been very enjoyable to work with. I wanted to tell you a little bit about our next piece. It's inspired by the Rapa Nui people of the Eastern Islands in the Pacific. You may remember those monolithic figures that are carved between like 1200 and 1500, and you may have seen them in the film The Night at the Museum. And it was only just recently discovered that it's not just a head, there's actually a lot more to it, and it just happens to be covered up by the soul. So we're going to play a little bit, some beautiful exotic Polynesian melodies for you, and we hope you enjoy. marching band. It's been a joy. Dr. Tonneson at this point is going, as soon as we get through midterms, he's going to take over as the conductor of the band, but I'll still continue on with the students in their lessons. Let's see. Next week, the students also will be preparing for their placements in next year's band already. I can hardly believe it, it's that time already. So we hope that they'll all continue to continue on in concert band as well as symphonic band. And I just want to thank you, and we're going to finish up our portion of the program with a little Celtic air and dance. And so directly following us, the curtains will close and the choir will perform, and then followed by the string orchestra by Ms. House. Thank you for our part of the program. Thank you.
Draw high school. We have 3 orchestras at the high school. We are the string orchestra, and next year they will place into either the concert orchestra or the symphony orchestra, and at the June concert, you will be able to hear all of the orchestras. And if you're looking at me and I look a little familiar, I taught most of these students in 5th grade, and this is really a joy for me. Ever since I moved up to the high school a few years ago, I've just been waiting for them to get here. So it's really fun. So nice to see you all again. Thank you for all your support, and we're going to end